Welcome to the Bull and Bear Show, episode number 28. I'm your host, Richard D'Souza, here on behalf of Rich TV Live. We are going live on multiple devices all over the world. And I hope you're having a great day. Happy hump day. These are the last few trading days of November. I'm going to break down what's going on in the stock market, what's going on in crypto, what's going on in the world of finance. That's what we're going to talk about today, right here, right now, exclusively on the Rich TV Live podcast. Hope you're having a great day. Happy hump day. Happy last few days of November. December's around the corner. Christmas is around the corner. It's a very exciting time of year. There's magic in the air, and there's actually magic in the markets, and we're going to talk about it. So let's get your popcorn ready, and I hope you're ready for a great show. Here we go. All right, let's take a look at what's popping today. So big news today on VVOS. VVOS having a monster day on news that Vivos Therapeutics receives FDA 510K clearance for oral device treatment for sleep apnea. Shares have soared on this news. As you can see, the stock is currently up 285%. Monster move here for the biggest stock of the day, VVOS. So put it on your radar, put it on your watch list, VVOS, the hottest stock of the day. It's been up as much as over 300% today alone, which means if you put in $1,000, you could have made $3,000 on that stock today alone. If you put in $10,000, you could have made $30,000 on that stock today. And that's why we talk about all the hottest stocks and all the hottest cryptos every single day so that you can find the winners. Now, I'm not telling you to go buy this stock. What I'm saying to you is they have some huge news. The stock is up today. Typically, after they go up, a lot of times they do go back down. There are a few exceptions to the rule. I'm going to show you one of those today that's been hot. But most of the time, after I do these videos and after these stocks pop, they come back down. So you need to be aware of that as an investor. You have to understand the trend. So I'm not suggesting this continues to go higher tomorrow. It might continue to go higher tomorrow, or it might go down. More often than not, after a big pump, there's typically a pullback in the market, okay? Because shorters are looking for stocks that go up very quickly so that they can short them. So are market makers and insiders that are in those stocks. Once they see they go up, they might not be watching them right away. So once they realize they're up, the next day they might have noticed and they might start selling stocks. So there's a lot of reasons why stocks go down after they go up. And what we do here on the Rich TV Live podcast is we break it down. We analyze the charts. We tell you what's going on in the market every single day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And you can join our website at richtv.io, an ecosystem built by investors for investors, where you can get access to all of our trade ideas 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Free members get access and VIP members get more access, more behind the scenes access, more trade ideas, early trade ideas and alerts. And you can see here that we can navigate the markets together, conquer market labyrinths, savvy insights, and dynamic chats. And you can see all the top stocks and cryptos of the day, see all of our featured videos, updated, and unleash market potential with key features, including you can create your own personalized watch lists, get access to expert top picks, real-time market alerts, vibrant group chats, in-depth technical analysis, and interactive live trainings. You can also get access to our top 10 soaring stocks and top 10 crypto movers, which I'm going to be putting together a new top 10 stocks and top 10 crypto list. So stay tuned to that. And you get access to the latest financial news in the world of stocks and cryptos every single day, exclusively on richtv.io. Now, what we like to do every day is we like to kind of show you what's going on in the entire world of finance. So interesting day right now because all of the key assets that we're watching are in the green. The Dow Jones is doing extremely well, trading very close to a 52-week high at 35,536, the highest I've seen it in quite some time, up 0.33% or 115 basis points. The S&P 500 is at 4,564 at up 0.20% or $9.18, so slightly up on the S&P 500, and the Nasdaq at 14,295, up slightly as well, 0.10% or 14 basis points. Now the VIX is slightly green. It's been beat up as the market's been going up. The VIX has been going down. That's the volatility index. And that is a way to trade the markets. If you want to make money on the market going up or down, you can buy the VIX. If the market goes up, the VIX will most likely go down. If the market goes down, the VIX will most likely go up. Right now, the market is high, so this would be the time for me to buy the VIX, because if the market goes back down, which I believe it will at some point, then you have to assume that the VIX will go up. So I think it's a pretty decent time to buy the VIX. Gold has broken 2,000. This is a big point for all investors, because we've been waiting for gold to break 2,000, and it's happened multiple times this year. And every time it's happened, gold has sold off. So the question is now, will we remain over 2,000, or will gold drop below that 2,000 mark like it has every other time it's broken 2,000 this year and previous to that? So that's going to be very key. Now, oil's been up and down. We've seen it as low as $64 this year. We've seen it as high as $95 this year. It's currently kind of right in the middle at 77. And I believe that there's a lot of upside to oil with multiple wars happening, a war in the Middle East, a war in the Ukraine. So and apparently Ukraine even attacked Russia. So I think that there's still lots of room for oil to go up. Plus right now, still in fall, we're going into winter. And typically winter is when people spend more money to heat their homes. So the likelihood of oil going higher and gas in the winter is high. Now, I can't guarantee it. And I must remind you that Rich TV Live is strictly for information and education purposes. Please do your own due diligence and do your own research before you invest in anything we talk about or discuss here on the Rich TV Live podcast. Past performance is not always an indication of future results. And I don't sit there and hold the markets up. I wish I could. If I could, it would be a fantastic thing for us and for our community, but I do not sit there and hold the markets up. Okay. So please proceed with caution, invest cautiously, realize that in the markets, there's no guarantees, and we are on the pulse and we know what is moving every single day and what's not and what's happening in the markets. So all you need to do is come to Rich TV Live and we'll give you a great synopsis of what's happening in the market 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But we can't predict the future. We can try to, based on technical analysis and based on trends, but we can't guarantee that we can predict the future correctly because the future hasn't happened yet, right? And anything can happen in these markets. Weird things can happen in the markets. Markets can crash out of nowhere. Some crazy news could happen and change everything. So you need to be aware of that. And I'm very aware of that. I've been in the markets for a long time and I've seen it time and time again. And I just want to make sure that you're aware of it too, because like I said, anything can happen in these markets and usually will. All right. Now we are streaming all over social media. And if you are not following us, please do so. Follow us on all devices. Follow us wherever you see us, wherever we're live and where you see us. Please follow us. If you like these videos, please smash the like button, comment down below, share the video everywhere, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, please feel free to go and put them in the chats wherever you are, and I'll do my best to answer your questions. We're going to take a look at gold today. We're going to take a look at oil. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin, and we're going to take a look at stocks, okay? So VVOS, the biggest stock of the day, currently at $16.77 and up 282%. Now, the next big pick is called China Pharma, and they're up 92% today. But penny stock, super risky, and it's been beaten up. So you need to be aware of that. Please be aware this was at $2, gone down to a low of 8 cents, and now is starting to do a dead cat bounce. So I don't trust it. Plus, the Chinese economy has not done well at all. Stock market hasn't done well. Real estate hasn't done well. So I just don't trust Chinese stocks right now. I wouldn't be in it. Not to say it won't go up. Anything can happen in these markets. I want to make that very, very clear. Anything is possible in the markets. Anything can happen. It can go up. It can go down. It can go sideways. I'm not suggesting this won't continue. It's up 89%. Anything can happen. But when I look at these charts, I don't want to buy. And there's so many different reasons, but I'll leave that for another day. All right, here's WHLR. Another one that I've been watching. It's been going up now on the daily chart for 3 days in a row. So it's starting to do a trend reversal. So see these 3 candles? That's 3 green days in a row that WHLR has gone up after many days of red. So definitely one to watch. Put it on your radar. Put it on your watch list. WHLR up 72% and up 3 days in a row. So if you want a momentum trade, you're looking for something that's gaining momentum, typically more than 1 day in a row. So when you see 3 days in a row, that's something that's starting to really gain momentum. So be aware of WHLR. However, when you look at the yearly chart, you can see it's clearly come down a lot, which means there is definitely room for it to grow. However, it's come down for a reason, so please proceed with caution. Huge gap to fill for this thing to go back to where it was at the beginning of the year when it was at 16 bucks. You can make a killing, but there's no guarantee it's going back to 16 bucks. So just proceed with caution with WHLR. However, it is hot and currently up 66% of the day and 3 days in a row. VTVT at $4.36, up 46% on the day. So this is the yearly chart. And this is the trend, how it's gone down. Okay. And this is the top of the zone, $41, and the bottom of the zone where it hit a low of $8. And it's starting to now find a bottom. So very interesting. We've seen it do this before. So very difficult to assume it's just going to continue. But one to definitely watch. It looks interesting. It's up for 1 day. So I'll be watching very closely tomorrow too. VTVT up 46%. HTOO. They've been up now for 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row. So they're starting to do a trend reversal. They're at $1.52. They're holding over $1, which is bullish. And they've got 4 green days in a row. So this is actually something that's trending in the right direction. I like that. When I look at the 1 year chart, I can see it's been as high as $6. So definitely has a huge gap to fill to go back to where it was. And if it does fill that gap, there's a great opportunity for investors. Right now, it's been hot. It's going up almost every day for the last 4 days. So definitely put HTOO on your radar and on your watch list. It has done well, and this momentum may continue. RDHL. Okay, so RDHL has now gone up for 1, 2, 3 days in a row. It's up 16% right now. And I've been talking about them all week, and they just continue to go up. So I believe everyone needs to put RDHL on your radar and on your watch list. RDHL. It's really hot right now. It's been as high as $11, currently at $2 and up 3 days in a row. So it was up way more the last 2 days. It's only up a little bit today. So it's definitely losing some steam. Be aware of that. But RDHL is doing well. Put it on your radar and put it on your watch list. Now, this is a show that we call Stocks and Stacks, because what we do is we talk about stocks here, we talk about crypto here, and we're trying to help you make stacks, okay? So hopefully you're watching closely and you're following us, and we can help you make some money. GameStop. Now, this is GameStop over the last year. You can see that GameStop actually has been as high as $27. I don't think it's worth $27. It's been as low as 11. It might not even be worth 11. So I don't really love this stock, but it's a meme stock, okay? It has lots of investors in on it. It hit a bottom at $11 and bounced, and it's up 24% today. So definitely a stock that you need to put on your radar and put on your watch list, because it makes these crazy moves. It's a meme stock. When it gets momentum, it goes up fast, like we're seeing today, up 24%. So put on your radar, put on your watch list. GameStop, never bought it, never really been a fan. You see these little stores where they're selling video games, and you're like, how is this company even public? I don't get it. So I'm not really a fan. I don't like the business model. I don't like the revenue model. I don't think it's a profitable business, but it's a meme stock and it moves with the market, and it's moving today. So it's up 24%. So be aware of it. Put on your radar, put on your watch list. GameStop, GME, up 24%. And it's just crazy sometimes, these meme stocks. They don't make any sense, but people like to buy them. So, definitely we'll be here to talk about it. Okay, this is one that I've been talking about was going to hit a bottom, and it did. General Motors. So General Motors just reported, and they just reported that they're going to buy $10 billion in stock. So that obviously shows that they're confident that the stock's at a low price. The stock is bouncing today, up 10%. So had you got in on the bottom, which was at $26, you would have been able to make a nice quick 10% on your money. I believe actually 26 was the bottom, and this move was from 28. So this is about a 20% move from the bottom. This is very, very bullish. As an investor, what it tells me is that 26 is a good price. So if it does dip back under 30, then I'd be looking to be a buyer, because especially if they're going to be buying $10 billion of stock, we could see GM go higher, General Motors. And they're obviously getting very heavily involved in electric vehicles, and they're one of the largest car makers in America and one of the largest car makers in the world. So they believe in their stock. They're going to be buying their stock. They announced today they're going to be buying $10 billion in stock. So I like share buybacks a lot. So GameStop and General Motors. So GME is GameStop. I don't like it nearly as much as General Motors, but they're up 24% today. And GM is General Motors, and they're up 10% today. So put General Motors on your radar and you're on your watch list. Currently at $31.84 and up 10% on the day. And there's still a nice gap to fill for it to go back to 52-week highs at $42. So this could be an interesting trade even from here. I don't know if it's going to go there. Seems like it doesn't make a lot of sense that it would, but sometimes the markets don't make a lot of sense. So definitely an opportunity here on GameStop. Okay, Square. Square's been actually bouncing back recently, and you can see here how it's gone on the daily chart, up now since it was at $39, it's now at 64. It's almost doubled from the bottom, but it's gone up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 trading days green in a row. That is a trend. So it's gone for 20 trading days green in a row. And remember, the stock market trades 5 days a week. So that has been green for a month. That is a trend, my friends. So Square is definitely climbing up. Now it's climbing up also because Bitcoin's been climbing up. So it's probably following the same trend as Bitcoin. So this might continue. If Bitcoin continues to go up, which I believe it will over the next few months, Square can probably go back up too. And I think we could see them go back to $100. This is the 1-year chart. You can see it's been as high as about $80 in the last year. Let's see here. $86 in the last year. And then if we go to the 5-year, you can see they've been as high as $283. So I like Square a lot. I think they have a great future. And I believe that one day they'll be back at $283. So if you're willing to do a trade and a long trade and you get in on Square at 64, I think there's a good chance that Square is going to go back to $283. When? I don't know. Could happen in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. But I think there's a good chance it's going to happen. I like this company. I think there's a huge gap to fill. There's a lot of money to be made on the stock. So Square, SQ, put it on your radar, put it on your watch list. I'm very bullish on it. I like it a lot. I don't own it right now, but it's one that I'm really, really, really interested in. They just broke $64, and they're definitely trending in the right direction. All right, oil. Oil having a big day today. You can see we've been charting oil all the way through this process, all the way from $63 to where it went to $64 to a high of, let's say, $93.56. I think it went to 95, but let's just say $93.56 based on our chart. And now it's back down to where it is today. It's $77. So it's bouncing around a lot. A lot of people are trying to keep the price down. Some are trying to take the price up. I believe the price of oil can go higher. You can see that it's made this big move here all the way up to 120. And I believe that there's a massive gap to fill here, especially with all these wars happening. And that could be the biggest driver, I believe, and the fact that we're going into the wintertime, I just feel like there's a chance that we're going to see oil go to $100, maybe 120 again. I don't know when, but I just got a feeling based on this chart, like that could happen, because like the last time we did this, it did the same thing where it up, down, boom. And we had that first one up and then down. So where's the next leg up? So if we have that same price action where we have the next few legs up, I think we could see it go much higher. So I am invested in oil through a dividend, which I'll show you. And I believe that oil is just one of those assets like gold or like Bitcoin that you want to be in. And I think you want to be in these types of assets because that's where the rich are invested, and that's how the rich get richer. And if you want to get rich with your boy Rich from Rich TV Live, then you want to take a look at these types of investments, because this is what I'm doing and this is what's helping me in my portfolio, and I think it can help you. So here's COMT. COMT is a ETF that gives you a 30% dividend. It's one of the highest dividends that I personally hold, one of the highest dividends I've seen out there. And they invest in oil, they invest in gold, precious metals, but more oil. So this is a way to invest and get exposure to oil without actually buying oil and collect a dividend. So if you invest $1,000 in the stock every year, one time a year around Christmas, let's just say around December 15th to December 20th, they pay out a dividend once a year for long-term investors, and they give you 30% on what you invested. So if you invested $1,000 around Christmas time, you can expect $300. If you invested $10,000 around Christmas time, you can expect $3,000. If you invested $100,000 around Christmas, you can expect $30,000. So these are the types of investments that I've been getting into more and more, especially as the market has been very volatile. And I believe that I will continue to next year as well, because I like that guaranteed rate of return. Not to say I don't like doing other types of investments. I got all kinds of investments. I'm just saying that these are the types of investments as I grow older and I mature that I like to do, because I'm investing in precious metals like gold and silver, which I believe in, and assets and different investments like oil, which I believe in. I think long-term, it will continue to make people money. So that's why I believe everyone should be aware of COMT. And full disclosure, I am a holder of COMT. ARM. So I've been talking about ARM recently, and I talked about them when they did their IPO. They went up, then they came down. I've not bought this, but I've noticed a trend here. It's now up higher than it originally went. So it's now at a 52-week high. So quietly, it went public, went up, then came down, was in the red, and now it's all the way back up again, and it's approaching a 52-week high. So I like this company. I like artificial intelligence. So this is a company that is in the artificial intelligence space. I like ARM. I think there's potential here. You could see it's been up now for 5 weeks in a row. That's very bullish. That's a trend for me. So it might dip. I'm not telling you to buy right now. It might dip back down to 45. But if it dips back down to 45 to 47, that's where I will be a buyer, because it's already shown its hand that that's the bottom. And I believe based on this pull back and then pump, that if we have another pullback, that it's creating a pattern, and I'll probably want to buy it around that 45 to 47, maybe $50 mark. So I'm going to keep my eye on it. ARM, and it's an AI play, and it's been the year of AI. So definitely one to watch going into next year. NVIDIA. Now, speaking of AI plays, this is the number one AI play of 2023. Monster, also the number one chip maker in the world, NVIDIA, NVDA. Put them on your radar, put them on your watch list. You can see they've been up for now 4 weeks in a row. They've been trending up. It's been a huge year for NVIDIA. I like them, just don't like them at this price. I think it's really close to its all-time highs. So I think you need to proceed with caution. Not to say it can't go over 500, probably will, but as an investor, I like to buy cheap. Now, another one that I've been watching for years is PayPal. Just like Square's coming up, PayPal's coming up. PayPal hit a bottom at 50. We're now at 58. It's gone up for 4 weeks in a row, starting to break trend. If you look at the last year, you can see clearly it's been trending down. It's been beat up from $80 all the way down to $50. But it may have found a bottom. And I really believe this company that is way too big to fail. I think this is a company that is doing well right now because it has a lot of exposure to Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is going in the right direction. I believe PayPal will also go in the right direction. If we look at all-time highs for PayPal, it looks almost identical to Square. Its all-time high is 280. Square's all-time high is 280. Square is bouncing back from 39 to 64. PayPal's bounced back from 50 to 58. I think there's an opportunity here in PayPal and Square. Those are two that I might be investing in soon. And I think that they have massive, massive upward potential because I believe Bitcoin is going to really explode in 2024. And I believe PayPal and Square will follow the price trend of Bitcoin. So I think there's a great opportunity here in PayPal to get some huge upside. And I believe there's huge upside in Square. Symbol for PayPal is PYPL. Put it on your radar, put it on your watch list. I think there's tremendous upside in PayPal, and you can clearly see it on my chart here. I've got it charted for PayPal to go from $58 to $200 again, or to $280 would be a nice multiple for the investor, and we love to find those multiples before they happen, and that's the potential I see here with PayPal. All right, Tesla. Tesla's been gaining steam recently. I brought this pick last year and told everyone I was a buyer, and I was. And then they ran up this year. I sold too soon. It went up even higher. Now it's just kind of a little too high for me. I'd like to buy it. It has gone to that $200 mark once this year. So I think that maybe that might be a decent entry if it gets back to that $200 mark. But I'm not interested in buying them at these levels. So if it gets back to that like 196 or lower mark, I think I'd be interested in getting in, but I think at $246 is just a little too rich for me. I do believe over time it's probably a $1,000 or $2,000 stock. I just don't know if right now at these levels is the right time to get in. So I'll be watching closely. I've won every single trade I've ever made on Tesla, and I want to continue that trend. So if it does dip to a price that I feel interested in or I feel very confident about, I'll buy it. And obviously I'll let our members on richtv.io know first. And you guys can join us at richtv.io, absolutely free, or upgrade and become a VIP member and get access to all of our trade ideas first. Uber just continues higher and continues higher and continues higher. And it's been on an upward trend all year. It's absolutely on fire. And you can see here on the daily chart that it's been going up for how many days in a row? Look at all those days in a row it's gone green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I don't even have to do that. Let's go like this. It's been green for 30 days in a row, and it's up 35% in the last month. So a huge move for Uber. Could have made 35% in the last month on Uber. Great month for Uber, and it's been a great year for Uber. So it's one of the hottest stocks out there. It's a momentum trade, and it's clearly on fire. So definitely put Uber on your radar and on your watches. And I love Uber. I love their drive and ride sharing program. I love Uber Eats. And I think that Uber is going to be here for a very long time. I think they're a technology company. I think they're going to get heavily into AI. And I think they're a stock that everyone should be aware of. UBER, Uber. Coinbase, like Uber, has been hot. It's gone up a lot over the last month or so. Let's see here. In the last 29 days, wow, Coinbase is up 70%. 70% in the last 29 days. That is absolutely sensational price action for Coinbase. Up 75% in the last 30 days is Coinbase. So absolutely on fire. Symbol is coin. They're going up just like Bitcoin's going up. It's really, really hot. Bitcoin's hot. So I think Coinbase is another great trade that we can benefit from and we can make money with. Clearly, it's up 75% in the last month. So if Bitcoin continues this price up, I believe, and cryptos do, which I believe they will, over the next 6 to 12 months, expect Coinbase to continue to go higher. I think there's a chance it goes to 200, 300, maybe even 400. If we look at their all-time chart, you can see I have this charted, and I really believe there's a massive gap to fill, and I believe they'll fill it. I believe they're a great quality company that's going to fill it. When you get all the Bitcoin spot ETFs saying that they're going to have their custody at Coinbase, that tells me that Coinbase is secure. All these huge institutions like BlackRock and Fidelity are going to be putting their Bitcoin at Coinbase, that's insane. So I think Coinbase is a gold mine, and I think they eventually go back to $400, and they're still at 128, which means there's an opportunity for it to go much, 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 much higher. Gold. So gold on the chart is actually, when we look at the all-time chart, gold is approaching its all-time high. So very, very bullish price action for gold. I've marked this up many times. Every time it gets over 2,000, it sells off. So we're back at that range now. The question is, will we hold it or will it go back down? So it's going to be very interesting to see. All of its all-time highs happened in the last 5 years. So you could see we're right there. Like, we're right by an all-time high. So going to be very interesting. This is very, very bullish price action for gold. This is going to be very bullish for gold stocks. We're going to continue to watch gold stocks. We're going to continue to watch gold. We're going to monitor everything as it happens. And if anything big happens with gold, I promise you we'll be the first place to let you know. And many believe that gold is going to all-time highs, and it's approaching all-time highs. So there's a very good chance it will. So definitely keep your eye on gold. Keep your eye on gold stocks because it's clearly trending higher. Bitcoin. All right, so Bitcoin is my number one crypto. I absolutely love Bitcoin. We're in a love affair, have been for years. I started talking about Bitcoin on social media in 2017. At that time, Bitcoin was at $1,000 per coin. Today, Bitcoin is at $37,774 a coin, which is 36 times your money. Congratulations to investors. Pat yourselves in the back. You deserve it. And Bitcoin has been a fantastic winner for us. It's been fantastic for me, and I'm really, really happy about it. And Ethereum as well is my second largest crypto holding. Pat yourself in the back if you own Ethereum. Ethereum has done much better as well, and Ethereum is going up. So it's been a great year for Bitcoin, a great year for Ethereum, but I believe next year we continue that momentum and we go higher. I've already predicted all year that Bitcoin will be going higher, and it has. It's been phenomenal. I predict that next year Bitcoin goes even higher, and I believe the year after that Bitcoin goes even higher. And I've been saying that all year. Just like I was saying last year that when Bitcoin was down, it was a buying opportunity, and clearly I was 100% correct, as Bitcoin is up well over 100% this year. This is the yearly chart on Bitcoin, and I'm going to show you how much Bitcoin is up. Bitcoin is up right now 128% in the last 353 days. Not bad. 128% on your Bitcoin. So really, really happy with Bitcoin. And I believe that this is just the beginning of a 3-year bull market. This is the first year of a 3-year bull market, which will continue next year and then continue into 2025. So stay tuned, get your popcorn ready, and I hope you got your Bitcoin ready because we're in for a fun ride. All right, here's Apple. Apple to me is like the Bitcoin of stocks. Bitcoin is the biggest crypto in the world by far, by market cap. Apple is the largest stock in the world by far, by market cap. So if you look at Apple's all-time highs, we're right there. Apple's at all-time highs, folks. So has it been a little bit higher? Yeah, it's been slightly higher. Have we ever been to 200? 198. The highest it's ever gone is 198. So we're at 189. Like, we're not that far from all-time highs. This is just a little dip for Apple. I really love Apple. I think if it gets back down, and I bought it last year on the dip and sold it this year on the rip, and then it went even higher. I think if it gets down at that 124 mark or lower, I would definitely be a buyer. But I even think based on its trading pattern, that even if it gets under 150, that might be a decent buy. But I don't want to buy it at these prices. I'd like to wait for it to drop before I buy. All right. Amazon. Amazon is another one of the Magnificent Seven that I bought last year on the dip. This year, sold it on the rip. Now it's trading close to a 52-week high. And I really like Amazon. You know, people are going to be spending tons of money on Amazon for Christmas. People are spending tons of money on Amazon for Black Friday, Black Monday. So these sales have been phenomenal for Amazon. The price has done well for the stock. I've always traded Amazon successfully. I did it again last year buying it and then this year selling it. I'm just looking for a pullback, but I'm definitely a buyer on Amazon on another pullback. Roblox, really like Roblox. I've charted it. I think there's some huge upside here. I haven't got in yet, but if I get in, I'll let you know. I believe there's an opportunity here to at least double your money on Roblox in the next year. MSTR, MicroStrategies. So this is one of the largest holders of Bitcoin in the world. Michael Saylor's company, MicroStrategies. All they do is buy Bitcoin. All MicroStrategies does is buy Bitcoin. All Michael Saylor does is buy Bitcoin. Okay, $510 stock, been as high as $1,200 in the last bull market. I think we could test $1,000 again. I think that there's a very good chance if Bitcoin goes to 100,000, which I believe it will, that we could see MicroStrategies back at $1,000 a share, which means it would double from here. Can I guarantee it? No. It went down all the way to $120 at the beginning of this year. So it's gone from $120 at the beginning of this year to $500 this year. As Bitcoin's gone up, these Bitcoin-related companies and Bitcoin-related stocks have also gone up. So keep your eyes on MicroStrategies, one of the largest holders of Bitcoin in the world. I believe they hold about 158,000 Bitcoin. I don't know the exact number, but it's about 158,000 Bitcoin in that area. And they're always buying more. They're always buying more. So definitely one to watch. All right, so here's a gold stock that I really like. It's one of the biggest gold companies in the world, Newmont Corporation, on the New York Stock Exchange under the symbol NEM. Put them on your radar, put them on your watch list. Gold. Gold is hot. Look for gold stocks to be hot too. So keep your eye on Newmont Gold. I think they're one of the top gold stocks out there that you can own. XRP. So if you want to get into crypto, but you don't want to spend $37,000 for one, like a Bitcoin, or you don't want to buy $100 or $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, you don't want to buy Ethereum, which is at 2,000 US, then you could buy Ripple. I like Ripple. I own a little bit of Ripple. I would like to get more, but they're at 60 cents. They're much cheaper. Now there's a reason. They have 50 billion coins. Bitcoin only has 21 million. Ripple has 50 billion. That's why they're at 60 cents, okay? So Ethereum at $2,000 has 132 million coins. So the amount of tokens, just like with stocks, the amount of shares matters. So if you have billions of coins or billions of shares, chances are the stock goes down, the crypto goes down. You got millions of coins or millions of tokens, always a chance for a massive gap up in that stock or that crypto because it's got a tight flow. This is what we teach at Rich TV, learning how to understand the tokenomics of a stock, the fundamentals of a stock, the tokenomics of a crypto, the share structure of a stock. This is very important to me. I want to know how many shares are out there in a stock. I want to know how many coins are out there in a crypto. It's important to me. So I think it should be important to you as an investor too. And when you learn about that, it changes your perspective on what you're buying. Okay. So just understand XRP has great technology, very fast, very cheap to buy, sell, and send XRP anywhere in the world. Banks are using it all over the world. Institutions are using it all over the world. And many believe that this will be the most used crypto in the future. So there's a lot of potential there in XRP, and it's at 60 cents. So if you want to get into a cheaper crypto, I think XRP is a great option. Google. Speaking of stocks that I bought, part of the Magnificent Seven, I bought Google last year, sold it this year, made profit on it. It's gone up even higher. It's gone close to a 52-week high. You can see here at $136. I really like Google. I even like it at this price. I think it's going to go much higher. And I think in the future, we're going to have a $200 Google. Could it go back to 100? Absolutely. I don't think it will. But if it does, I will be a buyer and I'm going to be watching them closely. And if I buy, I'll let you know. Ethereum. So I sold some Ethereum last week. I sold 4 Ethereum. I didn't really want to, and I didn't have to, but I did it because I'm up so much of my crypto this year that I decided I wanted to take some profits off the table. I didn't want to sell my Bitcoin. I didn't want to sell any Bitcoin. So I decided to sell some Ethereum. Will I probably regret it? Probably, because I still believe that Ethereum has a chance to go to 5,000 to 10,000 in this next year to 2 years. But I just, as an investor, have to stay disciplined in my approach of if I'm up and I'm up like on my crypto portfolio this year, I'm up over 50,000 Canadian. So since I'm up over 50,000 Canadian, I decided I had to pull some off the table. So I did. I decided to sell some Ethereum. I sold 4. All of our members within richtv.io and our website knew first. I've told other members that watch us on social media what I've done as well. And now I'm telling you guys that I sold some Ethereum. I'll probably regret it, but I probably won't because I still have 90% of my crypto. I just sold 10%. So in my ledger. So I still have lots more crypto and a lot more exposure to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and other assets. But in my ledger, I wanted to sell 10% and I sold 4 Ethereum and I still have 90% for the bull market. So as it continues to go higher, I'm going to just continue to sell. And my goal is to sell it all and then wait for crypto to crash again, most likely in 2026, where I will be a buyer again. So for the next 2 years, I will be more of a seller. And then in 2026, I'll be more of a buyer again when cryptos drop. Like I was last year buying stocks in crypto. And this year I've been a seller of stocks in crypto. I will be most likely a buyer again of crypto in 2026. And I might be a buyer of some stocks in 2025 and 2024. Stay tuned, because right now I am sitting on the sideline with a lot of cash and doing a lot of dividend investing because I think the market's really high. I think it's very volatile. I think small caps are low and there's some great opportunities in small caps, but the Magnificent Seven are all high. They're all either at 52-week highs or all-time highs. And I just don't feel comfortable buying stocks at all-time highs and 52-week highs. Now, I do feel comfortable buying the big companies that are down this year at bottoms, like I told you, Square, PayPal, Roblox. Those are 3 that I really got my eye on. GM, Ford. These are stocks that have been beat up that I think have huge upside, and we might be able to position ourselves again next year in. But I also don't necessarily know if I want to do that yet. So I'm watching the market very carefully, sitting with a lot of cash right now, waiting for opportunities, and I'm going to make the right decision at the right time. I'm not going to rush anything. I'd rather be 100% sure on my decisions like I was last year, and I won all of those trades. When I bought Tesla last year in a dip, won this year selling at Tesla. Bought Apple last year in a dip, won this year selling Apple. Bought Google last year in a dip, won this year selling Google. Bought Amazon last year in a dip, won this year selling Amazon. Bought Ethereum and Bitcoin on dips last year, sold some Ethereum this year, taking profits along the way. So it's been a really, really good year for investing for me this year. And that's because I've become way more disciplined in my approach, and I'm investing in bigger and better companies. Less small caps, less penny stocks, more large caps, and more money into Bitcoin and Ethereum. And it's worked well for me. That's been my strategy, and it's worked really well for me in 2023. So I'm going to continue with that strategy going into 2024. Microsoft is trading right around a 52-week and all-time high. You can see it's starting to sell off now as it's just grinding higher and grinding higher and grinding higher, and has been all year. So at some point, you have to assume it's going to go lower. I'm not interested in buying Microsoft at an all-time high, but if it dips down, I love Microsoft, and I'd love to get into that stock. GBTC. So just like MicroStrategy is one of the biggest holder of Bitcoin, GBTC, I believe, is the biggest holder of Bitcoin in the world. That is a public entity trading at $31. I believe they have 660,000 Bitcoin. Massive, massive amount of Bitcoin. So this is a great stock if you want to get exposure to Bitcoin. And you can see this year, it has been an absolute killer, going from $7 to $31 this year. So you could have made a beautiful multiple on GBTC this year. Had you bought it, you could have been up 282% in the last year on GBTC. This is a Bitcoin related stock. So you can buy a stock, hold it in your trading account. You don't have to worry about the exchange going bankrupt. You don't have to worry about your account getting hacked. You don't have to worry about losing your password. So this has none of the stress of being a crypto holder, but it has the exposure to Bitcoin because they physically do own Bitcoin. So when you're buying GBTC, you're buying one of the largest holders of Bitcoin in the world. I think it's a great asset. up 282% this year in the last 320 days. Been an absolute killer. And I believe if the price of Bitcoin continues to go higher and doubles from here and we go to like 70,000, I think GBTC will double from here. So I think there's a great opportunity for investors in GBTC. Put it on your radar, put it on your watch list. I haven't bought it, but I would love to. I have in the past, and I would love to get into it. I almost got into this at $10. I hesitated and I didn't buy it, and I really regret it because I would have been up 200%, and I should have bought it. And I was talking about it, and I didn't buy it. I think I put it in my top 10 even earlier this year, and I didn't buy it myself. So it was a mistake, but hey, that is the markets. Life as a trader. Meta. So this is Facebook, now Meta for Metaverse. I don't even know what they're doing with Metaverse, but the market doesn't seem to care anymore. When they were going heavily into the Metaverse, the stock went all the way to 100. Now they've kind of stepped away from the Metaverse. They're still doing it, but they're not putting as much emphasis on it, as much focus on it. The stock has killed it. Stock has absolutely killed it. Meta's been one of the greatest trades all year, just like NVIDIA, a big board, and one of the Magnificent Seven, up 208% in the last 315 days is Meta. So put on your radar, put on your watch list. Great company, tons of cash, young CEO, very aggressive, and I think it's just too big to fail. I think it's too big to fail, too good to fail, and one of those companies that everyone needs to be aware of, Meta, and it's done extremely well, and love to buy them on a dip. Have no idea what a good price is on this one right now because it's up 200%, but love to own them. I've owned them before, sold them many times, done well every single time, won every single trade. Bought this stock when they did their IPO at $30, and today they're 10x, 300. I didn't hold. I should have held, but it's been like 14 years. So definitely an interesting company, Meta. Put them on your radar, put them on your watch list. And that is what I am watching in the world of Rich TV. So going back to the biggest player of the day, VVOS, currently up 285%. Put them on your radar, put them on your watch list. I'm your host of the most, your boy Rich from Rich TV. Hope you're having a great day. Wishing everybody a happy hump day, happy Wednesday, and love to have you guys join us at our website at richtv.io, an ecosystem built by investors for investors. Join us, learn the markets, beat the markets, and win. Want to wish everyone a happy holidays. Christmas is less than a month away. Hope you're feeling the magic in the air. I'm your host of the most, your boy Rich from Rich TV. Stay tuned. Get your popcorn ready. We'll be back again soon with more CEO interviews, engaging shows, breaking news, trending topics in the world of finance, sports, news, you name it. We trade it. I'm your boy Rich from Rich TV. My name is Richard D'Souza, and I'm out. Peace.